Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Masooma Zishan and I'd like to welcome you all to the Ed Festival 2021 powered by EdCM. So we still keep getting a lot of queries about who we are and what EdCM is. So bear with me, I'll just take a minute to let you know who we are. EdCM is a global education consultancy with our head office in Canada and our presence in North Africa, Middle East, and now in Pakistan. We are a part of Catalyst Ventures, and our board members are pioneers and leaders in the field of media and business. And you'll get to meet our CEO very, very soon on this session as well. So just hang in there. We have ISEF certified counselors who are equipped to guide and counsel you and get you started on your study abroad journey. And again, we get a lot of queries asking, what does ISEF certification mean? So just to let you know, it is the gold standard of career counseling, which means that the counselors have training to impart this knowledge to you, to counsel you and guide you along this journey, where we get to understand from you what your talents are, what your interests are, the destination or the program that you want to do. And then we're able to give you best possible options. Our career counseling team, have done this all their life. So between themselves, they've sent hundreds of students abroad in the university of their choice. And our unique selling proposition is customer centricity and lifelong partnerships at the heart of everything that we do. So basically what we're saying is it's all about you. And so is this session. Now we come to Ed Festival 2021, which is really, really exciting. And I hope that you share my sentiments as well, because I'm really excited to kick it off today. The Ed Festival is a virtual expo, which is a 3-day event. And we've created this again because, we are an education consultancy with a difference. And when Corona happened and we couldn't do this physically, we felt we'll bring all this knowledge to you at the comfort of your home. So you can attend these university sessions. We have 13 university sessions, which will be conducted by specialized university reps. And we have destination-based sessions as well. So we've clubbed destinations together for your comfort, whether it's Europe or Germany, UK, US or Canada. You can pick those sessions, whatever interests you more, and make informed decisions about your study abroad journey. Along with this, we've clubbed knowledge sessions. Basically, we heard what you were saying when you were writing back to us, and whatever you requested us for, we are back with those sessions. They're nugget-sized learning sessions on statement of purpose, applications, visa processing, LinkedIn, etc. And we hope you'll, tune in and get benefit out of that. So this is about the 3-day action-packed expo that we've arranged. And whenever during those sessions, if you make up your mind, don't forget to call us at 0304 111 8020. We're all waiting for you so that we can begin this journey together and help you out with any decision making that you need. Today, I'm really, really excited because it's not just me in the kickoff session. We have 2 industry leaders, and my esteemed guests for today are Ehsan Sheikh, who's the CEO of EdCM, and Faisal Azim, who is the MD of GAS. I'll introduce Ehsan first, and I'll try to do justice. So Ehsan is the brain behind EdCM. Over the last 20 years, Ehsan has co-founded and successfully led several large organizations in the area of media and IT. Ehsan is someone who you can truly describe as a serial entrepreneur. He completed his MBA from LUMS in 1998 and his undergraduate degree from the College of Worcester, USA. Ehsan is also a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, America's most prestigious academic honor society for the top 5% graduates. Welcome to Ed Festival 2021, Ehsan.
Thank you, Masooma. Really excited to be here.
So my next guest is also someone who is, a known academic. He's highly acclaimed and an industry leader. And I've already mentioned that he is the MD of GAS, Faisal Azim. With a career spanning 22 years, Faisal has gained diverse experience in education, hospitality, consultancy, and finance industries. He is the former head of education and public sector of ACCA, regional director of London School of Business and Finance, and Head of Client Services at BPP University. And in addition to that, he's held senior positions in hospitality and consulting organizations. He has also held several non-executive positions, including non-executive director at CureLink Healthcare, member corporate advisory board, Past University, member corporate advisory board, Zebist, and member board of studies, GCU Lahore. If that's not all, Faisal is a member of ACCA, CTA, PIPFA, and also holds a master's degree in business administration from USA. Welcome to Ed Festival 2021, Faisal. Honored to have you here.
Thank you. Very generous introduction, Masooma. Thank you very much.
So the flow of the session is that there is so much that I want to ask you to build context to the Ed Festival. I will be asking Ehsan 2 to 3 questions, and then we'll move on to Faisal. And in between, if we have any questions from the audience, they will take a priority as well. So let's get started. Let's go. Ehsan, my first question to you is, if you can tell us a bit about EdSIEM. What is EdSIEM for you and the vision behind it?
So thank you again, Masooma. We are really excited to have launched one of this kind Ed Festival, the online platform for universities to come in and share their programs and options with students. In the current COVID situation, this is the best that we can do for the prospective students. With EdSIEM, if I go back 30 years, there were still many choices at that time. When I was graduating from HSN, har waqt lagta hai ki ye, we are overwhelmed with choices. And I wish I had a professional organization like EdSIEM guiding me, and perhaps, I would have gone to a better school. But still, even today, there are so many choices that students have, and we feel there is a gap in the industry as far as professional counseling is concerned. All the ventures that we have done so far are market leaders in their own space. And for the longest time, we've been contemplating how to enter education industry. And this for myself and my partners at the pinnacle of our career is kind of a pay it forward. We feel we owe it to the next generation that how to enable them to transform their lives and provide a professional career counseling that the Pakistani students really need. A key data point I came across before we were starting: 9 out of 10 students who are dreaming to go abroad are unable to go abroad, and the key reason for not getting to their dream is proper counseling or sincere counseling. And we feel that's the gap that we want to. So from the time students start thinking about their education abroad options, the programs, the universities, the country, especially the visa process. We have a specialized visa section in our organization that really supports them in preparing for, and especially for Pakistan, visa is an issue. So throughout the process, from the time they conceptualize their dream till the time they realize this, till the time even they settle in countries like Canada or Australia or UK, we want to be their partner beyond admissions. So together, I feel we can help them realize their education dreams abroad. And for us, this is like a paid forward for all of us, and we are really excited. And so far, I tell you, the traction and the response and the trust that everybody has placed in us, be it students or be it partners like Faisal Saab at GUS and other university partners, this has been phenomenal. The other thing I want to share with the prospects is that generally in Pakistan, the universities that are promoted are typically like the Ivy Leagues or the Russell Group and stuff. There are equally good universities that are there that we are making sure that we bring them to Pakistani students. So in the coming days, you will see a lot of these initiatives, including Ed Festival and the universities that are providing excellent career paths to our students, and that will be coming in from EdSIEM platform. So thank you again. We're really excited to be part of Ed Festival.
Thank you, Ehsan. So as Ehsan said, for the benefit of the viewers who are just tuning in a bit late now, HCM is an education consultancy who's here to change the narrative of education consultancies in Pakistan. When we say we believe in lifelong partnerships, it's something that is at the heart of what we do. We really hope that, from the start of your journey to when you've gone abroad, and if you give us a call, even then, we are there for you. We're able to solve and help you settle down in the country. So we're actually a one-stop shop from the decision-making right till you settling down. Thank you so much, Essen. My next question to you is the vision behind Ed Festival, right? And how do you think it's going to help the students?
So, Masuma, in the current age, our students have so much in their plate in terms of academics, and not just academics. There are a lot of distractions, e-gaming, YouTube, and on top of it, there is a constraint of COVID also. So together, we felt that we should bring a platform whereby students can get maximum information and research in the shortest period of time, and on top of it, they don't even have to move from their home and get that information in this COVID situation. We feel in the 2 days, they will get to know about programs, about universities, about the countries. On top of it, even certain skills that you require in order to build a good application, be it LinkedIn profile or statement of purpose or visa processing. So all of that in a crash course, like in 2 days, is going to really help students in the time constrained situation that they are in. And I strongly encourage everybody who is listening to actually share this with their friends also, to come in and explore this. This is just the start of the conversation. And once you've explored, you can dial in and you can connect with our professional counsel, and they can take the your conversation forward in terms of which way you want to go. So in 2 days, you get to know a lot about universities, countries, programs. Otherwise, you would have to spend a lot of hours in researching yourself and even going out. So that's the best way to go in the current environment.
Thank you so much, Essen. So again, compressed, very relevant, up-to-date information with so many destination choices at the press of a button. All you have to do is tune in. And because it's from the comfort of your home, you can tune in with, you can start a watch party and watch this with your friends, or you can, it's okay to have parents tune in as well, or independently too, because, they'll be a part of your decision-making process. So thank you so much, Essen. And we do want to continue talking to you, but being conscious of time, my last question to you, Essen, is what advice would you give to your younger self and the new generation?
Very clearly, मैं बताता हूँ, Masuma, if I go back 30 years, when I graduated from HSN, अगर मैं education abroad ना ली होती, I would not have been where I am today. So my key advice to students is that education abroad is not just education abroad, it's more like a life transformational experience. The kind of diversity that you interact with, living independently, the network that you make. Even today, I have friends all across the globe that we meet when we are with families. I can rely on them. The kind of exposure that I got, trust me, this education abroad can really, really be not just life-changing experience for the individual who is going abroad, but it can enable life-changing of the entire families. So I owe it a lot to my exposure abroad. And I strongly advise that at some point in life, they should definitely experience study abroad. Secondly, I would suggest that they really need to take charge of their career. Do not expect, current age mein main dekhta hu, even my own child, it's generally they go with the flow, but you have to be proactive, you have to take charge, you have to get to your mentor, engage with your counselors more actively. Do not expect that life will serve you. Try to be proactive and go places the way you want to go. If you're dreaming, then take action to make that dream come true. So consider education abroad as a life-changing experience. Definitely go for it. We will help you do it. On top of it, I want to add that at HCM, our forte is that we don't work with top A grade students or wealthy and rich kids only. At HCM, we have all kinds of solutions. Even if you have low grades in A levels, intermediate, there is a pathway for you to go abroad. If you have budget constraints, we have universities even 2,000 euros annually, which is even less than any located university in Pakistan. So that's also a misconception that study abroad is only for rich and the A grade students only. Both of these constraints are not there at HCM. We are very clear that we will enable your dream come true regardless of what budget you're coming from, what your grades are. So thanks again. We are really excited about this venture, and thank you again, FELSA, for partnering with us, for the trust, and we look forward to more collaboration in the future also. Thank you, Masuma.
Thank you, Essen. And before we move on to Faisal, I do want to add that, the world is a global village now, and Corona has proved that more so. And being a global citizen is something which shouldn't be a choice. It is a must. And I've seen what a study abroad degree, the doors that it opened, and like Essen spoke about the network that it provided me. I still travel with my family and my children, and we're able to meet all these, colleagues and friends from my university days and enjoy their culture, their cuisine. So it's all about growing up, and I strongly recommend it too. Thank you so much, Essen, for your time. I would now like to chat with Faisal. I'm sure everybody else has been waiting. And a question that we get asked a lot is, what GUS is, Faisal? So could you talk about GUS and let everybody know who you are?
Right. Thank you, Masuma, and thank you for having me on this session. I'm really, really excited about being part of the Ed Festival. Talking about the global university system, we are a group of institutions comprising of more than 25 institutions in almost 5 continents of the world. So we have universities that are present in the US, in the UK, in Canada, in Germany, in other parts of Europe, as well as in Asia, in Australia. And we are truly a global organization and delivering qualification at a truly global scale. Talking about the number of souls we touch each year, that is in millions, and the students who come and sit in our classrooms or attend our classes online, the number is really in thousands. Last one I checked, we had over 75,000 students on our campuses, and that does not include the students who take our online programs or short courses. And with over 40 campuses worldwide, I think we have a study solution for every student of the world, whether they are a junior, or a new starter, or they're looking for a high-level higher education. So Global University System is the group, and then we have individual universities, colleges, and schools that are part of the group, and the GUS connects them all into one single organization.
Thank you so much, Faisal, which brings me to the next question. Now that you've told us what are the brilliant things that GUS is doing, how do you think Ed Festival will help students achieve their international education dreams?
I think, Masuma, when it comes to international education, and talking particularly about Pakistan, I think it's the multidimensional problem that our students face, and I think the biggest problem is information overload. With the presence of the availability of internet, availability of a lot of information, I think the students are really, really confused where to go. And there are people who make a lot of investment in their brands, and their brands are very, very popular, and that even caused confusion to students whether to go there, whether they're eligible. As Essen has very rightly said, there are students who can afford and the students who cannot afford to go to those universities. And in some cases, there are even better choices, but because of this massive overload of information, students are not able to navigate through their career choices. And I think at Festival, the other problem, by the way, is that considering Pakistan and its age, I think our literacy rate is increasing tremendously, but it wasn't very great for the previous generation. So there is no parental advice available as much as it should be for the international education. And I think that is also making a little more complex for students to take decision. The other problem, which Esan also picked, and Masuma, you also picked, is about the visa regime. I mean, the compliance is becoming very complicated. There are new rules coming in, there are new policies coming in. And once again, to navigate through that whole, information overload, lack of counseling from parents and family, and our students are sometimes not able to pick to make the decision what career they want. I think there is a long-term need of having professional counselors who can actually help students understand what is good for them, uh, not just in terms of their capabilities, but also in terms of their financial background, their family background, the need in the market, the employment prospect, the landscape out there. So at Festival, I think brings all the solution to all these problems together into one platform. And with pandemic and with social distancing measure, it would have been ideal if students could sit in front of you and discuss, and you can see their emotions and you can give them proper time. But with COVID and social distancing measure, I think technology has provided us a best platform. You can stay home, get your career advice, take your decision, understand where you're heading towards, and make a successful career. So I think this is what at Festival 2021 is all about, and that is why we are partnering and we're excited to be here.
Very beautifully articulated, and I second that, Faisal, that I think that none of us had, career guidance or career counselors, maestros in their fields, mentors who could tell us, because we were, if I look at myself at many phases of my life, I had that headless chicken scenario over and over, where you discover yourself. And that's true. All this is available to students now. I must also add that if you are, if you're tribal like me, or your parents want to meet a counselor face to face, then we have that option available as well. We're taking appointments tomorrow and day after for one-on-one sessions, and details will be in the comments below, as in the of this session and the other sessions, as well as on all our social media pages. So if you'd like a one-to-one, we are more than delighted to welcome you. And rest assured, we're following SOPs and all the protocols necessary for COVID. So when you are there for a session, nobody else would be. Thank you again, Faisal. We do want to keep talking, because I'm greedy for pearls of wisdom and gyan. I do want to know from you as well, advice to your younger self and the new generation. Right.
That's an interesting question. I mean, I could give them hundreds of different advices, but when it comes to career, I think the students should be a little mature about things and not just follow the trend and fashion. That's one advice that I would like to give them. And I think when looking at big picture, let me take a step back and ask students to consider, why do we get education? And I think we get education to solve problems, whether we're solving our family problems or financial problems or a social problem, or we're solving a problem for our employer or for our business. For example, if you were an architect, you were solving construction problems. If you were a software engineer, you were solving an IT problem. And similarly, if you were a government civil servant, you will be solving some problems related to the policies, and then engineers and doctors and everyone. But when you look at a slightly bigger picture, what the last 5 to 10 years have done to us, they have evolved the world as a single unit. And now the problems are not just individual, but they are global. We're talking about global warming. We're talking about global peace. We're talking about cyber security, not just a software development. We're talking about health and safety. We're talking about data protection. And we're talking about global pandemics. And one single unit doesn't matter anymore. One country can spark fire which can burn the entire world. So when it comes to solving bigger problems, global problems, I think your local qualification is just not enough. That's what I believe. And all the universities, especially the universities within the GUS group, are very open to diversity, having students from various backgrounds, from various countries, from various academic backgrounds to come and join the classroom and collectively form a workforce which can solve not just their individual problems, not just the problems of their countries and societies and localities, but also the global problems. And just because this phenomena is developing, there is this sense of inclusion. And that makes Pakistani student as important as an American student or as an Australian student or as an African student. And therefore, there are more opportunities. There are more opportunities just not to get the exposure, but to be part of this big global economy. So my advice is to students is not just to follow the trend or the fashion. Go to an experienced counselor and evaluate what interests you, what has the future in terms of the career, in terms of the earning potential, to be honest with you. And then think about entrepreneurship, just like Essensart did. Not just think about creating a job for yourself or for your family, but create a job for the wider economy. So there are so many professions out there. It's just not engineering, medical. There are people who are studying drilling engineering to locate petroleum, to find oil in the deserts. There are people who are, doing film production master's degree. They want to go out there and make a different type of career. So my advice is not just follow the trend, go to an experienced counselor, try to be part of this global community, get exposure. And if you're struggling to navigate through this, find an experienced counselor, just like HCM, and get help, get settled, and be successful.
Thank you so much, Faisal. I quite enjoyed that. And again, I would say that if I had found anyone with that much vision and, experienced in guiding and career counseling, I would have been in maybe a different university. Still, humbled and grateful for all that life threw my way. Thank you so much. I do want to sum up the guidance that Ehsan and Faisal gave us. And I hope I don't forget, but the points that I remember is that let budget or your grades not be a bar, right? There is a university that the career counselors can guide you on customized recommendations as per your budget and as per your interests. And Faisal did say that, get help. Don't be shy of getting help. You could do it yourself, but trust me, we can do it better because, that's what we do. That's what we do for a job. So reach out. It's okay to ask for help. Be a global citizen and help solve global problems because that's the only way forward. Let's go above and beyond together. I would like to thank Ehsan and Faisal again for their time.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. And now I'm super excited. There are about 2 minutes left for me for the next session, which is with the Canterbury Christ Church University representative, details of which are in the comments below. Please look at that. And if you want to start your study abroad journey, call us at 0304 111 8020. Signing off now and hopping off to the next session. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Masuma. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you. Thank you, Spark. Thank you.